Hey guys, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to the Lazy Meals series, which we are bringing back for veganuary. This is a series in which we show you some little hacks and some tips to create some delicious meals using some shop-bought items.
Today's recipe is a version of beans on toast, but not like you know it and not like we've done before. We're going to be doing a herby, lemony, butterbean, courgette and pesto beans on toast.
Of course, you can always use store-bought pesto, but we've got a really great recipe and we're going to show you how to make pesto from scratch in just a few minutes.
As always with our Lazy Meals series, the aim is to show you tricks, tips, hacks of making these meals a bit faster, quicker, simpler when you are feeling extra lazy but still healthy, vegan and delicious. We've got a few little tips and tricks which we will share with you later on in the video when we get into the recipe.
This is a great flexible meal because not only can you have it kind of as a stew, which would be a lovely dinner with bread on the side, but you could also have it as the beans on toast like Freya said, and that would be a really delicious breakfast, lunch, brunchy kind of thing. But for now, let's just get started with the first part of the cooking.
First thing that we need is to get a big old frying pan out. We've got a nice kind of cast iron casserole dish type thing, and we're going to do some olive oil and garlic in the pan, and then we're going to add in lots of lovely courgettes. So we've cut them into little kind of half moons. So this is just a little side tip, and it's something that we learned when we learned how to cook aglio e olio. It's to get your oil in the pan and then add your garlic in whilst the oil is cold, so that when it heats up on the pan, everything's kind of infusing together and you're getting like all those lovely garlicky flavours infused into that oil. We're going to fry these courgettes off for a bit. We want to cook them most of the way through before we add our beans, because our beans are canned beans, they're already pre-cooked. I've cooked these down for about 10 minutes. It's obviously going to depend on how thinly you've sliced your courgettes, but you just want to cook them until they're nice and soft essentially. We're using tinned beans, and these are butter beans. There are lots of other little kind of swaps you can do if you can't get your hands on butter beans, but for now I'm going to get started with cooking these off, and then I'll come back and share our substitution ideas with you in a moment. This looks so lovely and fresh and vibrant. I love all these green colours. Butter beans are what we've gone for, and if butter beans aren't your thing or you haven't been able to find them, then some of the substitutions you could go for are obviously some cannellini beans. You've got your chickpeas as well, which should also be delicious. But for now, let's get on with the cooking. That looks so good. Can't wait to tuck into this.
Just doing a little mid-cooking taste test. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Having a party? Oh yeah.
I've moved the butter beans and courgettes to one side. It's just on the hob now on a very low heat, bubbling away. And now I'm going to move on to the toppings. As with all our recipes, of course, these are all optional steps, but we like to kind of think of little ways of adding extra bits of flavour. Because this is a lazy meal, we're looking for convenience. So one of the things we're going to be adding onto the top is pesto, and you could definitely use a shop-bought pesto if you were looking to be super speedy with things, but we're going to show you how to make a delicious homemade pesto, and we're going to be using some basil, olive and pine nuts, just keeping things very traditional and simple. When we're feeling extra fancy, we sometimes make our pesto in a pestle and mortar, but obviously that is the opposite of lazy. So you're definitely going to need a good high-speed powered blender, food processor, NutriBullet, that kind of thing. We've got this little ninja thing and it works great. This pesto smells incredible. The basil and the garlic, it's just super strong, super punchy, which is exactly what we need. Can't wait to try this. We're going to be using this Oatly Creamy Oat Fresh. This is one of our favourite kind of dairy-free alternatives. But it's great because it's got a really kind of nice, thick texture. If you were looking to do a more of a homemade version and you want to avoid these shop-bought products, or you just wanted something with a little bit of extra protein in and you have the time, then a really nice silken tofu based sauce would be delicious here. We can link some of our recipes before that we've made, put them down in the description, so you could do a nice cashew based sauce or a silken tofu, or sometimes we even combine the two together. Because this is our lazy meals, we're going to be using this today. delicious. It's fresh, herby lemon. You can taste everything coming through in the pesto. It's really nice, kind of like balancing, kind of quite punchy flavour against the creamy beans. This is absolutely delicious. So this is the kind of thing that we would probably do for like a brunch, but if you wanted to go for dinner and make it feel a little bit more like an evening meal instead of just having something on toast, but there's nothing wrong with that. We're going to show you another option now of how you could serve this up for an evening meal.
So for dinner, we're going to plate this up into a nice shallow plate bowl kind of thing, and then top it with a little drizzle of the olive oil again, some creme fraiche, and then pesto, some lemon, some pepper, all of those nice little things that have gone in, we're going to go on top with as well. As you can see, this is it all plated up for dinner, and like this it takes on more sort of stew kind of vibe, where you can have it with a bit of crusty bread on the side, or just as it is, you don't need the bread at all, but this is going to be delicious just like this.
This looks great, doesn't it?
I mean, it looks incredible.
I can't wait for you to try it with all the bits on. So I know you tried it out of the pan, but the pesto really like tastes to the next level.
I'm just going to go straight in with a fork and give it a go. That looks good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And look, I'm very much on brand today with greens.
This is very much one of Freya's recipes. She came up with the idea for this.
Still sets my anticipation. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Do you like it? Tell me you like it.
Delish.
Good. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this lazy meal.
I have.
It's been a while since we've done one. We just thought, because we're doing all these recipes for veganuary, we bring it back around and do a kind of slightly different version. I feel like some of the other versions that we've done have had a lot more shop bought products than this one, but because it is such a simple recipe, beans on toast, it in itself is just a lazy meal. So we hope you guys have enjoyed it.
Yes. If you do want to watch more of those lazy recipes that we've been chatting about, you can find a playlist of all of them, as well as loads of other videos on our channel. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit subscribe, because we've got loads more vegan content always coming out.
We love hearing your thoughts, and if this is the kind of thing that you guys make at home. I feel like a kind of variation on beans on toast is something that we always go to as like a quick meal. So yeah, I'd love to know if you guys think the same, so let us know in the comments, and we'll see you in our next video.
Bye. P.S. If you do make our pesto, you'll probably have more than you need for this recipe. So, next lazy meal,